Today I'm going to be doing a role play for you guys where I go over the 6 hardest and most common objection handles that you're going to face in high ticket sales. You're probably losing quite a few deals to these every single day, so make sure you watch to the very end. I'm going to be showing you how I overcome those objections and collect cash on over 60% of my calls in a live role play, live demonstration, showing you everything and pulling back the curtain on my objection handling style. So let's get straight into it.
It looks great and everything. I just gotta, take some time, do my due diligence, just think of it.
Yeah, no worries, man. Aside from needing to think about it, like in terms of the actual program, do you feel like it's capable of getting you where you want to go, or how do you feel?
No, yeah, I think it would definitely help me there.
Okay, what have you seen that makes you say that? Just so we're on the same page.
Well, just everything we went over.
Okay.
The actual process itself, like the structure, makes sense.
Okay, amazing. So what is it that you need to think about specifically just to see where I could help?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the whole process makes sense. It's just more so the amount of money for it. That's not really something I could do right now. Yeah, man, I just need to see if I have the time for this.
Yeah, man. I mean, have there ever been like a perfect time in life to start anything? Like, has there ever been a moment in your life where you feel like you had no distractions, you had the money for it, you had the time for it, everything like that, and you just went all in?
Maybe. I haven't really thought about it.
Well, if that was the case, then you would have already achieved your goals, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. So the truth is, you're never just going to have more time. All right. The people who are where you want to be, who are making 30 grand a month, they never waited for the right moment. They made it the right moment. That makes a difference between successful people and non-successful people. All right. So the real question for you, man, is: are you the type of guy who lets things happen to you, or are you the type of guy who steps up to the plate and bets on himself so he can get where he wants to go?
Well, yeah, I definitely bet on myself.
Yeah, because there's going to be two people, right? There's going to be the person who allows life happen to them and the person who actually makes life happen for them. So if you allow time to prevent you from getting where you want to go, where does that leave you?
Yeah, I mean, probably stuck in the same spot.
What would that mean, though?
Yeah, not making the money I want to make.
Which means what?
9 to 5.
Okay, 9 to 5.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do the things I mentioned.
Okay, so is that a life that you'd be willing to settle for?
Yeah, not really.
Why not?
Just because, that's why I'm here.
Okay, well, that didn't answer my question. I meant, why is that not a life you want to settle for? Because a lot of people do, believe it or not, man. They'll go through the 9 to 5 rat race and they'll live it their whole lives. Why not you?
Yeah, that's just not who I am.
Okay, I respect that. So just be straight with me then. Are you actually committed to doing the necessary requirements to hit 30K a month, or is it just something that sounds nice?
I'm willing to do the necessary requirements, yeah.
Okay, so if that's truly the case, then it's not a matter of what you're telling me, it's about how you're showing me. Because a fat person can say, oh, I want to go to the gym, I want to get fit, I want to lose weight, but it doesn't matter what they say, it matters what they do, because that's the only thing that makes a difference. All right, so if you're serious about that, that means showing up like someone who actually earns at that level. And if you're not serious, that's totally fine too, man. Just don't lie to yourself and say you are, because you're going to be even more hurt. All right, so there's always going to be the guys who wait till Monday to start the diet. There's always going to be the guys who just wait till New Year's to start. Or there's going to be the people who bet on themselves. All right. Now, which one do you feel like shows up in a better position to give himself and his family the life that he wants them to have?
Yeah, probably the guy that takes the bet.
Okay. So what does the guy who is making 30K a month do right here, right now to get where he wants to go?
Do it. I still have to talk to her about it and everything.
Okay. So question there, how does she feel about you getting the skills you need so you can support the family? Is she supportive of that or what?
No, I mean, yeah, she's pretty supportive.
Okay. And how about investing in yourself? Has she ever been in support or vocalized anything about that?
I mean, yeah, she's brought up the budget a few times when, I like to gamble. So she's brought that up a few times, but
okay.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, if she was here and she thought, this is exactly what we need, I'm ready for you to do this, at that point, would you do it or how would you feel?
Oh yeah, I definitely do it.
Okay, cool, man. So is this an FYI conversation, or do you genuinely need her permission to spend the money?
I think I just want to give her, that respect.
Okay.
At least tell her, and then I can come back to you, and then yeah.
Got it. Okay, so when you go to them, what do you feel might come up that may prevent you guys from doing something?
Yeah, definitely just the idea of spending all of this at one time.
I mean, yeah, man, can I share a perspective on the money? Because again, I've been there.
Yeah, of course.
It'd be like, aside from your wife and the time and everything like that, you just got to ask yourself one question, which is, in your mind, which one would be the riskier decision? Are you staying exactly where you're at, preventing yourself from doing anything and continuing making the money you're making now? Or would it be risky to overcome that hurdle, overcome all these limitations, and start aiming for getting the skills you need so that everything you just gave me completely dissolves, like it would? Which one's more risky?
Yeah, probably staying in the same position.
Yeah, because why are we even on this call right now talking about the fact that you don't have the money? Is that a problem, or is that a consequence of what the real issue is?
How do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're on this call because you want to learn the skills to go and sell more and make more money, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so the fact that you're even on this call in the first place means you don't have skills, which is causing you to not have money. You see what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
Okay, so I can help you with the investment, man. That's not the biggest deal to me. People don't come to us because they have every bit of money just under their mattress or something. In terms of your commitment, that's what's more important to me. Are you 100% committed to doing the actual actions of getting to where you want to go? Are you bought into the idea of showing up for yourself every day?
Yeah, I'm willing to put in the work.
All right, so is it more so nerves around the money, or is it that we might need a payment plan or something like that to break things up?
Yeah, I mean, if we could break it up, that would make things a lot easier.
Okay, yeah, people don't come to us because they have all the money, right? I guess for you, a better question would be what do you have available at the moment? Taking everything into account, all bank accounts, everything.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have about 5,000 that I could use right now, but
okay, now 5,000 though, is that something that is that all the money in your bank account, or is that just what you're comfortable telling me? Just be real with me, man.
Well, yeah, I have more. I could do it. It would just be a lot easier if I could split it up.
Okay, so what would you feel comfortable putting down today?
Yeah, I mean, if we could break it up to where maybe I put down 3 today, and maybe pay off the rest in a couple of months, that'd be good.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we can't do it in a couple months. The program is only 8,000. So what we could do is, you said you have 5 right now, and then how much do you have in total?
Around 8 or 9.
You have 8 or 9? Okay, cool. So what we could do is we could do 4 down right now, and then we could do 4 in 30 days to pay off the entire amount. Does that work within your budgetary constraints? Not is it comfortable, but does that work with you?
Yeah, I mean, it could work. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Would you rather go on a debit card or a credit card for that?
Yeah, probably credit card.
Okay, cool. You ready to go?
Yeah, man. That payment plan definitely works for me. I just don't know if I'm ready to commit to this now though.
Okay. What's behind that, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not the type of guys that just make decisions on a call like this.
Sure, no worries. Is it fair to say what you're looking for is certainty then? Certainty that what we do is going to get you where you want to go, which is totally normal, by the way.
Yeah, I guess you could say that too.
Yeah, because I mean, to an extent, but what would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? Would you do it, or would you still have to go and think about it and talk to your wife and see if you have time for it and see if you have money for it, or would we be getting started already?
Yeah, I mean, if I knew I couldn't fail, of course I'd do it.
Okay, so that's all the thing, man. Is you just lack the self-belief. Is that fair to say?
I guess, but I mean, how will I know if this actually works for me?
Bro, you won't. That's the thing in life. It's I can't guarantee you that you get in here and you see success. I guarantee you that I'll give you the tools you need, but if you don't get there in the dirt, then you're just a guy with tools. You're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So what's your main concern? Just be real.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do it. I never really make I usually take time before I make a big investment. That's how I've always done things. Right,
and I understand that that's how you've always done things, but would it be fair to say that every decision you've made is based on your current perspective?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And every decision you've made has brought you to where?
I mean, right here. Right?
Okay. Are you happy where you are? Are you satisfied with everything you've achieved in your life?
Of course not. No.
Okay. So
that's why I'm here.
That's exactly right, man. The tough thing you got to do is to be able to make a decision based on where you want to go and not where you are. Because if you continue to fundamentally make it, like I'll put it this way, if a fat person continues to make decisions like a fat person, I know it's a bit of a weird analogy, but if a fat person continues to make decisions like a fat person, where do they end up?
Still being fat.
Okay, at what point do they get fit? What do they have to do?
Start working out.
Okay, but the precursor to starting to work out is changing the mindset around it, saying I'm done, I've had enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
So what does that tell you that you have to start thinking like?
Yeah, I guess, doing the things that are required to like be that person I want to be.
Yeah, but it all starts with your mindset, right? Like if you continue to fundamentally make decisions based on where you're at, making $5,000 a month, not being happy, how do you ever expect to actually break out of that? That's a real question.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that to like get at you, man. I'm saying that because I've been in your shoes. Like literally 2 years ago, I said the exact same thing. I was sitting on a call just like this with someone, and they brought me through the same thing, and it made me realize like, wow, he's actually right. If I keep on making decisions like this, I'm just going to stay in the same spot. And I wasn't happy with my life, which is why I got on the phone. So if I continue to make decisions like that, I'm just going to end up in the same place, if not worse. Right? Yeah. So, and he told me something which made sense. It's like if you were to imagine yourself sort of in a valley, like from where you're standing, all you can see are the walls around you. So every decision you make is based on the premise of I'm in a valley, there's walls around me, and that's just my life, which makes sense. But the life that you want, the results you're after, everything like that, that's like being at the very top, right? Because when you're up there, you can see every different possibility. You can see what life looks like on the other side of those risks, right?
Yeah.
So there's only, although it looks like this big, crazy, scary thing, there's only 3 challenges that need to happen. Number 1 is, do you believe that like getting to the summit is possible? Do you believe making $30,000 a month is actually possible for you and it's not some fever dream?
I definitely think it's possible.
Okay. So do you believe like the things that we mapped out on this call is capable of getting you there if you were to put in the work? Yes or no?
I think it would put me in a better position, yeah.
Okay. So the hardest part is that at some point you just have to start climbing, right? You can spend days and weeks and months and years just sitting around that valley hoping something's going to change. But until you actually take that first step, nothing's going to change. Because the only guarantee here, and the only guarantee in life is that if you don't do anything, where are you going to end up?
Yeah, same position.
Yeah, because 90% of people are going to stay down there. 99 are going to stay down there and they're not going to do anything. They're just going to stay in the exact same position and they're going to wait for someone else to come and save them. They're going to tell themselves one day or maybe when the time's right. But the ones who actually make it are the ones who say, today is the day I start climbing because I might fail, I might fall, I might die trying, but the whole point is I actually took the step when 99% of people won't. So the only thing I got for you, man, is after all of these years of you sitting in the valley, making excuses to yourself as to why you're not where you want to be, what have you achieved and is it enough for you?
Yeah, it's definitely not enough.
Okay. So what actions, and I don't want you to be like, oh, I agree with you. I mean, what actions do you need to take so you can start that climb right here, right now?
Yeah. Definitely like invest in myself.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. And no, I really appreciate that, man. I don't know if I'm like really committed to like doing something like this right now.
Right. And that's just, I understand that, man. You're just talking like the guy you are now, which makes sense. Again, I don't expect you to be committed because if you were, you would have done something about this a long time ago. What's your definition of commitment though?
Just like going all in, doing whatever it takes.
Exactly right. So of course you're not going to do that because you're still the guy who makes $5,000 a month and is unhappy. So what you're telling me is just like a summation in a mirror of everything you've ever done in your life. And I don't blame you for that. But does you making a decision like that mean you're not willing to change the way you do things if it means getting where you want to go?
I'm willing to change things.
Okay. Or do you actually mean that? Like, do you believe in learning and growing in life and everything like that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So the most successful people, man, that I've seen come through this program and every other program that I've ever sold for is that they have one thing in common. It doesn't matter about their commitment level. They take action on their goals when they know it's the right thing. Because you said it yourself, you believe that what we do can get you where you want to go. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So the issue isn't that you haven't committed. The issue isn't that you don't want to commit or any of these other limitations you might give yourself. The issue is that you just continue to procrastinate. And the issue is that you just won't take action on your goals. Because if you continue to not take action, what happens at that point?
Yeah, I'm still in the same position. I'm not making the money I want to make.
Okay.
And I will provide for my mom.
So again, man, is that a life you want to settle for?
No.
So what do you need to do right here, right now to finally take action so you can get where you want to go instead of always just being like one day?
Yeah. 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 I think I should do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm willing to.
All right, so what are you gonna do? Enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you guys like what you see, you can go down and you can get the advanced sales training down in the bio. If you go and click, there's a link to apply there, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Take care.